You're tuned in to the loudest, craziest, and most excited bunch of geeks and nerds on this side of the planet. Commentary, views, news, and reviews of the latest to the greatest of all things pop culture. From comics to toys to video games to anime, cartoons, film, and TV. You're about to dive into everything nerdy and geeky in between. This is BJG.
This is General Tuna.
This is Captain Mike.
This is Relive.
This is Noch.
This is Trickster.
This is Bathing 2.0.
This is Reminisce Cruise Jr. And this.
This is the G3 Podcast.
Gamers, geeks, and good times.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Friday. Well, bakit? Nakakatawa ba? Hey! Welcome, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is the G3 Podcast. Gamers, Geeks, and Good Times is here to get your Friday right. We have a special show for you this evening. Wonderful. Marvel kami, so we have after credits now. But yeah, welcome to the show, guys. We're going to be doing some little reminiscing. Bakit? Ano ba yun?
Noch.
Bakit galit? Noch, magandang gabi. Good evening. Are you okay?
No, Friday na yun, Noch. Friday, weekend na bukas.
Friday. Oh,
Friday na.
Parang Biyernes Santo ka dyan. Bakit? Ano nangyari?
Isip ko lang kasi wala naman akong ano.
Ano meron? Wala
Eto,
ka
alam ko na. Ito yung mukha ng batang hindi binilihan ng laruan ng nanay.
Setting the mood.
Actually, naalala ko kasi lahat ng mga laruan na gusto kong bilhin. May isang beses naalala ko sa shopping mall ako, nagwala talaga ako kasi ayaw ako bilhan ng Leonardo ng laruan ng mami ko.
At yan nga po ang ating pag-uusapan ngayong gabi, mga
Teka,
kaibigan.
tapos pangalawa, gusto ko kasi makita mag-twerk si Jazz ng live.
Ay, yan din po. Isa pa po yung natin pag-uusapan, mga kaibigan. Well, meron tayong special presentation this evening. Friday na. Alam ko, enjoy tayo. Friday na. It's been a long week. It's been a horrible week. Terrible traffic, everything. But here in G3 Gang is here to get that weekend started for you guys. We're going to be talking about some stuff. We're going to be visiting and going down on a stroll on memory lane, talking about stuff that we loved growing up. And those are the toys that got away. Diba, Renee? Yes. Medyo, it's, this topic is a little bit close to Renee's heart. But before we get started with that, of course, ano bang mga pangyayari dyan? I'd also like to welcome back. Trickster is back from the dead.
Yeah!
Buhay na naman siya, mga kaibigan.
Alive!
He lives.
Akala namin ikay isang anino lamang. Anong nangyari sa'yo? Hindi ka ba avatar? Totoo ka, di ba? You're a real person, right?
I'm really fool.
Magaling na nga siya.
Pagkasabi niya ng fool, di ba? Yung parang napaka-villainy.
Oh.
I'm real.
Fool. Talagang ano eh. Nga pa, buhay na nga po siya ulit. Ganda na naman po. Masama na naman ang ugali niya. Welcome back, Victor. Welcome back. I know he's better now.
Yeah, glad to see him here, actually.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
Yeah. And he's gone. Okay, bye. Thank you. By the way, that's it. That's it for Trickster. Yan na po ang gagawin. Si Rene is here. We got Captain Mike. We got Noch. And of course, we got Jazz, the twerk king. Mari mo ba kami bigyan ng konting backstory? Why are you now the twerk king? Mari, bakit? Meron ba kaming aasahan mamaya? Wala ba?
Ewan ko, basta natutulog ako kanina. Nagising na lang ako, nagtutwerk na ako. So,
Pagkagising mo, nag-twerk ka, automatic.
automatic, pagkagising ko, nagtutwerk na ako, namalayan ko na ala Miley Cyrus na ako. Diba?
Ano nangyayari?
May kaldag pa.
Bakit ko ginagawa to? Parang si Joey Marquez no? Anong ginagawa ko rito? Ginagahasa ako nito. Galing.
Pero eto ba, pagka ikaw ba, alam ko si Chino hindi eh. Pero pag si BJ ba, biglang ginising, binigyan ng 10,000 stars para lang sumayaw, sasayaw ka?
Bibigwasan ko yung gumising sa akin. Sorry I mean, di tayo pwede magsinungaling dito. Alam mo, honest tayo.
Okay,
Pero
sige.
May gusto lang ako sabihin, guys.
ano yun?
Ay, paki full screen na yung mukha.
Yes, please, spotlight for Noch,
Spotlight
yes. Poging-pogi.
Okay.
Bagong tasa, yes. Yes,
Gusto
sir.
ko sana sabihin na public announcement na. Gusto ko sana sabihin na medyo pogi ako dito sa gupit ko.
Yan.
Alright guys, I have to go. Medyo ano na yung session natin.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Ako naman, focus
wait, that was seriously it?
I know, that was it. Like,
That was it.
Yun lang. Bakit? Are you expecting more?
Okay naman, boy.
Yun lang naman.
Okay naman. Maganda
Am I
naman
not
yung ano mo.
enough?
Okay pa.
Wow,
Oo nga.
Ito.
Friday.
Poging-pogi po
ba't
siya.
parang may mga ano yan? Ba't parang may mga ano yan?
Spots.
Ano yan?
May mga band pa siya na
Napapansin
suspicious.
ako dyan.
Bakit?
Suspicious mark.
Business? Ano yan?
I get lonely sometimes and that's the person I see. Iniwasan ko naman yung mata para hindi ma-update. Diba?
Boy.
Yeah.
Pare, hindi libre to, pare. Parang OnlyFans lang to, ha? May bayad to.
Sige. Sige. Wag ka Okay, thank you. Mamaya uli.
$10, ha? Review.
Ayun na yung boses. Mamaya ulit ha.
Mamaya uli. Okay. Alright. Okay, simulan na natin 'to mga kaibigan. It's a Friday. We got a long stroll heading towards memory lane and revisiting the stuff that we loved. But before everything else, we're going to be visiting everybody that's in the chat room right now. Captain Mike, kung wala ka pang animation dito, ewan ko na lang. But here is your 1 minute for batian portion with Captain Mike. Go!
Yun na nga, sinasabi ko, mabilisan lang na tong pagbati natin dahil sabi nga dito ni Stanley, Sir, sabi rin niya, it's Friday, it's Friday. Hello sa mga viewers, don't forget to like, follow our pages for podcast, gaming, news, geek, and nerdy stuff. Follow us on our social media accounts. Nandyan sa baba. Check nyo lang yan, nakapin. Will Parocha, yung aking favorite friend for anything Mass Rider is here. Happy Friday. Martin Makayan, sabi niya, Funko Pop. Tapos sabi ni Stanley, shoutout daw kay Martin Makayan, ang master ng Mortal Kombat. Tapos, what's up 12 viewers, welcome sa inyo. Pero ito ang magandang announcement, 1K stars daw to twerk si Chino. Okay na ba yun?
Naghahanap ng bawi.
Pero yun nga, welcome sa stream natin ngayong gabi. Henshin forever, sabi nga ni Will Parocha. And you know what it is, people. Welcome to the G3 podcast.
Yeah, with a lot of seconds to spare. Black and yellow. Pero yes, everybody, uy, nawala si Noch. Tumataka. May mga
1K na stars
Natakot sa 1K stars
Teka. Alam ko lagpas na yung oras ko, no? Pero ang sabi lang kasi dito, ano daw, may nag-comment kasi. So, yan lang. So, anyway, balik ko na.
Jazz Kaldag. Dapat Jazz Twerking Kaldag. Dapat yan ang pangalan.
1K stars, twerk ako, why not?
1K stars, mga kaibigan, if you are so kind enough.
For less.
You've done worse for less. I know. I've personally seen it. I know it, ladies and gentlemen. Pero ayan, I just want to give a quick shout out to the provider of my outfit for this evening. That's Sky Creatives. Shout out to this wonderful Thundercats t-shirt, custom art. Paki-highlight ka ako, Captain Mike, para lang ma-shout out.
By the way, speaking of Sky Creatives, did you see their most recent design?
Yes, Val Halen, Attack of the Rotten Tomatoes. So awesome. 90s. Meron kaming pinag-uusapan ni Chino Nancino, which is, shout out to you, brother. We're talking about something really fun that's coming up soon. But thank you for creating this really awesome shirt. It's really nice, man. Shout out to Kai Creatives. Head over to facebook.com/Kai Creatives and check out their awesome stores. ang paborito kong recent niyang ginawa was the Cobra Commander shirt. That was awesome, dude. You should have seen it. The Cobra Commander shirt. Check it out. Kai Creatives.
Ang celebrity na,
Yeah.
no? Celebrity na to si BJ, may wardrobe sponsor na.
Oh,
Hindi, iniram ko lang.
Ibang-iba na sa DJ talaga.
Hiniram ko lang. Sabi ko, Brad, nasa
Iba ka,
labas.
boss.
Ayun ka
Ibang
talaga.
iba ka, boss.
Munyo, wanted yung blue, sabi ni Munyo. Okay, bago po tayo mga MTRCB, let's talk about that. Like, and that's the reason why I'm wearing this shirt, because as you know, Thundercats is a huge franchise and it's a very popular franchise here in the Philippines. But it was a really good thought na shinare sa atin ni Rene a couple of weeks back, and he wanted to talk about this particular point of discussion for the evening. And we all said, yeah, there's always this one thing or two or three that we have always wanted growing up, and it's a very common thing for 90s kids, for us growing up out during our time, that there were things that we wanted, right? And for those people in the comment section, please feel free to join the conversation. Lagay nyo lang doon yung pinag-uusapan natin. But let me start off with Rene and ask, Rene, what went through your head when you asked that, when you gave that topic? What's the whole shindig on that?
Okay. Well, first off, thank you for you asking that make this look very scripted. Pero hindi talaga namin ito pinatis. The reason why I thought of the topic is...
Way to go! Blowing our way.
Yes. Ruining the magic. It's these figures. So these were re-released by Kenner a couple of years ago during the pandemic in 2020 as a means to celebrate the anniversary of Ghostbusters. So they had the new movie Afterlife. They released the Plasma series, which I also have, but these they reissued these even down to the original packaging. So so it's very affordable kasi binenta nila sa Toys R Us, sa Toy Kingdom, retail price. And these are toys that I've always wanted when I was a kid. I never got to have them because they were released a little, because I think I mentioned this last week or one of the few podcasts I do in recent months. I was born in 1982. These were released in the early 80s then, so I was too young to get them. So by the time na I was of age na may utak nang gumagana sa mga last week lang. Anywho, so I wasn't able to get them because they were sold out. The reason why I thought of the topic for today, which is the one that got away, the toy that got away, is that I got those back in 2020, and I was fortunate because I've always wanted them. But Ghostbusters is a very popular franchise. It's been reintroduced in pop culture multiple times over the past few decades. It got me into a sentimental mood about the toys na, in my opinion, or at least for the time being, has no chance of being reissued in the same way. Because they've been doing this the past few years. They did it for Ghostbusters, which I got. They did it back in 2017. They re-released the original figures for Playmates, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So Marvel has been doing retro packaging. But as we actually already spoke about our picks for the toys that got away, and one common thread is that most of them are from franchises that are in essence lost in time. And they were popular to us because of our age and a certain time period, and yung demand is very, very small. So it's unlikely that they'll release it in that same way. I'm sure they'll release newer versions, more modernized versions, more better looking figures, but the original, the crappy figs that we loved back in the day because we thought that was the height of design. That's
solid na yung designs nun before eh.
Yeah. So that's to answer your question in a very long-winded way. I got sentimental when I got these because I started thinking about the toys I'll never I don't want to say never, but unlikely that I'll acquire ever.
Right. So that's a very good off point. And then that got me thinking too, no? Marami sa atin yung nagkaroon ng chance na magkaroon ng mga games. I know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also did the same thing a couple of years ago when they re-released their original things. I don't know what you call that, but they re-released the original. It's a reproduction, right? It's a reproduction.
Mhm.
And then I remember that funny story with Chino was so angry with the seller. Alala mo yun, parang. He was so angry in one of the episodes.
Sa podcast na binuntong yung ano niya.
Sa podcast na binuntong yung galit niya. What happened
Wait.
there?
Context muna, context muna. So,
Context.
now that Rene got me thinking, sobra, I so love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise na I wanted all the toys, you know, the van, there was a helicopter, there was also the Technodrome, and there were different variations of the Ninja Turtles na I wanted. Meron tayong original ones, and meron tayong yung nagtatransform sila from turtle to who they are currently, or yung Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles nga. So I had a few, pero you know, bata ka, you wanted them all.
Tama.
So I never got them all. I only had Michelangelo kasi Michelangelo was my favorite. Pero I wanted Leonardo din. And again, to give context, no, kung gaano ko kagusto yung Ninja Turtles. I remember yung nanay ko at ako, we were in a shopping mall in Brunei when I was in Brunei still. So nakita namin yon, yung the Leonardo toy, and I wanted it so bad. Talagang nag-iiyak ako sa shopping mall. Sigaw ako. Kasi nga, gusto ko talaga siya makuha. Unfortunately, hindi ko siya makuha. Now, you know, moving forward, a lot of years after that, ito na yung kay BJ. I was browsing Facebook Marketplace.
Such a good story, man. Like,
hindi ako I'm not a collector, guys. Just I'm not a collector. Pero I'm kind of starting to have that itch. Tapos while I was browsing, nakita ko yun mismo, exactly the Leonardo toy, the original ones. Although I'm sure it's repackaging or pero I remember the faces of those toys, exactly how they look. Kaya nakita ko talaga agad. So nag-message ako, sabi, kuya, magkano yan, ganyan. Of course, I was expecting it to be expensive kasi nga sabi ni Rene, the demand was very, very low. Kasi iba na yung toys ngayon, eh, diba? They weren't really articulated. Ganun-ganun lang sila. Paa, tapos accessories. Ganun lang, eh. So sabi ko, kuya, magkano yan? Interesado ako. Sabi niya sa akin, 800 isa. Sabi ko, 800 isa? Tapos, nag-scan ako ng photos niya. Pucha, kompleto niya. Yung 4. Oh, 800 isa. Sabi ko, kuya, kunin ko 4. Kunin ko yan. Lahat 4. Including si Splinter. At tagal mag-reply. This was before a podcast episode. Eh. Ang tagal mag-reply. Masarap. Nag-reply na. Sabi ko, shucks. Sige, reply na. Sabi pa naman sa akin, kuya, 800 po isa. Pero okay lang ba magdagdag ka ng 800 pa? Per toy?
Hindi pa nga na sinabi na per toy. Kasi ang haba ng usapan nila, they were just trying to figure out what the additional 800 was. And he's getting pissed. What do you mean?
So nagkita na kami ni DJ and ni Mike kasi we were starting to prepare for the episode. And kita nila ako, asar ako. Sabi ko, magkausap ako sa marketplace, gigil na gigil ako. Bibiling ko sana yung Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy niya. Sinisingil pa ako ng extra 800. For what? Hindi naman nakalagay yun doon. So, as in talagang asar na asar ako kasi I was expecting to have it again. And that's the
that
point
night
of the episode.
too. He was gonna deliver it to you that night.
Oo, exactly. That night. Sabi ko, babayaran ko na ngayon. I was expecting na makukuha ko na ulit siya. I know it was a repurpose. It wasn't the original toys. Pero, I mean, it's something that I wanted na alam kong hindi ko na siya makukuha. Now, going to ToyCon, I saw the same exact toys. At napasigaw ako, di ba? BJ, napasigaw ako. Gumana ako. Nung tinanong ko, Chino, magkano to? It was 15,000 pesos for one Leonardo toy. Okay, ganda.
Ganda, balik mo na.
Ginawa mo na lang sana yung 1.6, no?
Sana pala nagbayad na lang siya ng 1.6.
Ng
Kada isang
1.6.
laruan.
Just to finish the story. So last night, nag-uusap kami. The other night pala. Last night, nag-uusap tayo, diba, about the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
So, nakahanap ako, 5,500 for all NECA Ninja Turtles toys.
All four.
From the movie, the movie.
Yeah.
For real?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
It's very common now. Yun yung pricing.
Yeah.
Yun yung price point niya.
I'm planning to buy it. Kaya, at hindi ko man makuha yung original, pero, you know, I got, I guess, a better variation of it.
But, you know, if you're planning on getting that, you should. Kasi...
Yeah, that's just an extra 15.
Right, I will.
That's what he's been
Definitely.
telling me when we were at ToyCon. Kunin mo na 5.5. It's in a director's cut
Yun
special.
yun. Okay. And also,
trying to tell me.
aside from that, I also saw the last Ronin na NECA din.
Oh, man.
I
that
also get
looks really good.
Just mga 2.5.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Oh man, my mind was blown. Sabi ko, okay, my this is ito yung sinasabi ng Diyos sa akin. Ito, wala man yung original, pero ito na. That's it.
Pero Noch, to add thing to yung NECA ng the movie Turtles, the 4-1.
Yeah.
I think one big reason ko bakit sila nagbaba is they're coming out with 4 more figures of the Turtles, but this time based on Secret of the Ooze. So,
Sorry, ano?
essentially, based siya sa Secret of the Ooze, sa Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh,
Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah, the
So
second
later,
movie.
Either later this year or first quarter of next year. Essentially, parang different face cuts, additional accessories.
I guess kailangan na talaga kunin yung NECA na Ninja Turtles before dumating yung Secret of the Ooze version. Kasi there's gonna be a third one, I'm sure, na samurai si Leonardo.
Yeah, may ano pa, may pre-order pa tayo, Dutch.
Oh yeah, oo nga, tagal nga nun eh. Bata natin. Kasi meron pa akong OMA na Storm Collectibles. 4,000 pesos, ang sakit!
Not, imagine mo pag sabay-sabay dumating yan lahat.
Hindi. Sinugurado ko na
Sabay-sabay ng babayaran.
Hindi ko
Sabay-sabay
order
yung
yung
babayaran.
Sabi ko, pag sa Shopee, inintay ko yung Shopee Pay kasi sa Shopee ko siya bibilhin. Kasi sa Shopee, there's a Shopee Pay.
That's nice. That's a very good story. Captain Mike, there is a notification for stars, tama ba? Sasaya mo si Gino.
1,000 ba?
Hindi, well, sabi ni Will dito, go for it, Kuya Noch, must be referring to dun sa yung bibilhin na niya. He sent 100 stars.
Congratulations. Thank you.
900 more.
900 more. Maka 1,000 kami ngayong gabi to. Totwork si Knots.
Oy, 1K isang bagsakan ha, yung usapan.
Ganun ba? Di ba cumulative?
Hindi ko. Hello. Nakakalimutan mo ata yung aking career before.
Oo nga pala, sorry. Kailangan pala. Wala ka lang marakas, ano? Sige.
Sisigawan ko.
Sige. May marakas yan. May secret yan.
Di
Pero, may nag-twerk.
Yun! Yan ang tatandaan nyo. Meron. Abangan yan. Abangan yan. Libre yan.
Sa ending ng episode na to, abangan nyo.
It's on the house. On the house na yan. Okay.
Pero yung audience, kung hindi ma-figure out kung sino, medyo weird. Given the information on the screen right now.
Meron pa nagpadala uli. 145 stars. Pakis po kay Search Ino.
Hey! Salamat, Star-Lord.
he was not called Star-Lord for nothing. You know? Thank you.
Baka naman SF6, ba't nangingi ka ba ng SF6?
Hindi.
Not a price.
He's replying daw.
Shopee baka naman daw. Yun.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hindi, may itatanong ka dapat eh. Kaya sasabihin ko dapat, tanong mo na.
No. So I was gonna say, you know, I had my share, but I want to ask, you know, Trickster, because we grew up together and we kind of like the same thing. But during the time, correct me if I'm wrong, of course. During the time that he was growing up, toys were kind of during that time, toys were winding down, right? Toys were kind of, you know, going out of style, and in comes your Game Boys and your handhelds and stuff. Did you have a toy? And if not, what was it that you still grieve to this day na hindi mo pa nakukuha? Na hindi mo nakuha?
I feel like I can add nothing to this conversation because I was happy with just looking from afar with the toys because I already had my toys with me. Not yours, but the tissue papers and the coins I used.
Oh,
Magandang kwento yan. Ikwento mo yan, tissue paper.
I imagine the SpongeBob indoors scene, you know.
No. Listen to this.
toys were crappy.
Yeah, but I had the most powerful toy, imagination.
Yun.
Kaya pala tuloy si Trickster.
Guys, tapos na po ang episode. Yun na yung ending of all endings. Imagine.
I need more details. Anong gamit mo? Tissue paper and what?
Tissue
And how?
paper.
How?
Tissue paper and socks.
I imagine them as certain. I'm not even certain. I imagine them as my own characters, and I just started playing with them. I can just picture the scenario in my head, and I can just play with them. I can just crunch them up. Look, I have formed a blade out of this tissue paper, and this is the leg, and this is the body armor. Just out of
I hate
tissue
you.
paper.
Now I feel petty.
That's his whole point. He's the foil to everyone. Kasi,
It's even better with the coins because I can imagine projectiles coming out when I flick a coin out.
Can you give us a sample storyline that you concocted with your tissue and coins?
I don't have tissue right now. I've been using
don't
it.
make it, man. Just tell us the
I mean, you don't have to
Story.
demo. Like,
You don't have to demo. Just tell us a story about it.
Mas maganda sana kung may visuals, you know? I can just punch up.
We can create a separate video for that. Can we create a separate content
He'll
for
play
that?
with his t-shirt.
He'll
No,
play
but-
with his toys, like tell us a story about something.
I kid you not. That's a true story. Kasi when we were growing up, and he did mention he was happy because he has his toys, right? And not my toys, right? But the underlying question right there, the unspoken story there was what you did not hear was he can always go for my toys. So one time,
Okay.
and so this is mine, right? So this is mine. So I would have X-Men, right? Remember my X-Men's and I would have my X-Men's, I would have my Captain Americas, and my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have a lot of stuff. And you know, growing up, as I was the bunso at the time, I was pretty bored because I only get to play with myself. So I only play with myself, and then he comes along, gets bored. And he is a lot tamer now. I'll tell you that he's a lot tamer now. He would get my toys, and he would take it to his spot, and he would never return it to me. Kasi gusto niya. That's his. Ayaw ko pahiram. He'd take it. So I had a lot of toys, and I wanted to buy this because I had the turtle van, and he would always take it. He would always take the turtle van and put stuff inside it and roll it around. So sabi ko, nasa SM kami one time. Pagkatapos namin kumain sa ni Mama, we went to the third floor where the toys are, and lo and behold, I saw a Technodrome. A big ass box with the Technodrome, that big, kung hindi nyo alam yung Technodrome, it's that circular thing na base ni Krang tsaka ni Shredder. And it was huge. You can fit all the turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady, And it even has a Baxter Stockman included. The fly,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Ang alam
This
ko
was
nga,
pre-mutation, di ba?
di ba may mga versions ng Technodrome na merong nandun na yung Ninja Turtle sa loob? Makasama.
Oh, pero that was the later versions. This was the first one,
Ah.
na Technodrome lang. Tapos yung si Baxter Stockman nakasama, yun ang pinaka-freebie mo, right?
Mm.
So I saw it, I took it, and I brought it to my mom. Sabi ko, Ma, pili mo ako nito. Magpapa-good boy ako sa school. Ano yan? At the time, that was about 10,000 and up. And at the time,
Dang.
10,000, ang laki-laki niyan dati.
Yeah.
So Otto no,
Small
right?
fortune.
Otto no. I started begging and I was saying, kasi kukunin lang ni Joshua, and I keep using him as an excuse. Kasi kinukuha ni Joshua yung laruan ko gusto ko yung akin. And all that. Sinumbong ako sa tatay ko. Binalik ko talaga Hindi ko na alam. Hanggang ngayon, yung Technodrome na yun, I never had it. Never saw it again. Pagbalik namin sa mall the following week, wala na. And then I saw the X-Mansion. Yung X-Mansion, kasama ko naman tatay ko noon. Sabi ko, uy, may papaglalagyan na ako nung binibigay mo na Captain America. Promise, mag-aaral ako mabuti. No. Iyak talaga ako. Miyak ako sa escalator, pare. Miyak ako sa sabi ko.
So how much was that? How much was that?
That was around the same amount also,
Same
around
price.
10,000 and up, same price. Kasi playset siya And then you get a night crawler. You get a night crawler inside it. Kasi may danger room, right? And I was hauling it everywhere. I was hauling it habang nabibili sila ng uniform ni Joshua, ng whatever, right? And I kept thinking, kung hindi lang bibili ng school supplies, mabibili to I blame that at home. I was really holding on to it until I get the usual threat na hindi mo ibabalik. nung narinig ko na yung threat, binalik ko. I took the longest walk, the longest way around it. I didn't want to let it go. And when I finally got it, I put it back and I started crying. Napagalitan pa ako pag-uwi kasi nga I was being a sissy. I was crying just because I didn't get that toy. Muntik pa ako mapalo kasi nga I was being a brat. And I saw him at home. Saw him at home. The first thing I see, he was holding my Toka, the snapping turtle from the movies. And he had
I remember that.
and he had the tissue wrapped around the Toka.
Yeah.
He was turning it into a mommy. Sabi niya, costume daw. And he wouldn't return it. Swear to
I
God.
remember that.
Premium skin.
Oh, yung new skin. Ay, gusto ko talagang apak-apakan. Gusto ko ibuntun yung galit ko kasi hindi pwede. Nandiyan yung tatay ko. Nako! Sabi ko. So, nagpatong-patong yung sama ng loob ko nung araw na yun. Yeah, that was my biggest regret. Because of his skin tissue, man. His tissue. Turned to a bitch. Sige. Closer to Joshua's age is Jazz, right? You're probably the youngest here, most unfortunately for us. You were telling us about that Voltron robot. I want you to tell everybody about that Voltron robot.
Because here's the thing, I love robots in particular, Megazords, anything that's mecha, all right. And so my parents doesn't know about these things that I want. There was one Christmas, and like parang kakauwi lang ng dad ko from abroad, so they have budget to buy stuff. And they're like, Nak, anong gusto mo? It's like, I gusto ko yung Voltron na robot. And siguro yung nag-register lang sa utak nila is the word robot, you know? And syempre hindi ako sumama sa kanila sa mall noon, like we're doing something. Then pagka parang may nakita na ako pag-uwi nila, may parang nakabalot na, like we're gonna open it on Christmas Day.
Oh, for real?
And Christmas came. And I was so excited. I opened it. I was thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna have the Voltron robot. I was so happy. I was like that kid who got like the N64 in the videos on YouTube. But it ended, differently because as I opened the gift, it's a Stegosaurus robot. That's not even a transformer. It's like a generic.
Was it even a Zoids or
not even a Zoid? I don't even know what brand it is. It's in a box, I know. And the look on my face, like, hindi naman to Voltron eh. And sagot nila, pareho lang yan.
Aray! So,
Like,
I hear-
every single time that they buy me the wrong thing, lagi na lang sagot, pareho lang yan. Alam mo, ganun.
Dapat
Like, I
kasi
asked them,
sumasama ka na sa mall.
kaya dapat nga, 'di ba, sumasama ko sa mall, but hindi nila kami pinasama because when they do Christmas shopping, hindi dapat kami kasama. It has to
parang
be
di
like
mo
a
alam.
surprise.
Yeah.
Totoo yan.
And
Kaya mga
I don't know,
magulang.
I was surprised.
Kaya mga magulang,
It wasn't
it's really important that you connect with your kids. Para, kasi for example, dapat alam nyo, na ganyan ang kukunin nyo. Dapat ganyan. Di ba? Yan ba yun?
Diba?
Yan ba yung gusto mo, pare?
Yeah, parang ganito. Yeah, like nahihiwalay talaga siya, you know, like you can combine it, parang ganun. That
yan yung,
Voltron toy.
ito yung hindi mo nakuha, no?
I hate you guys.
Hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin, ano?
May pictures ba tayo? May pictures ba tayo ng Stegosaurus na nakuha niya? Baka naman maganda.
Baka may,
Well, I don't know. I don't know what brand that is. But it's a Stegosaurus robot na yung buntot niya nagiging sword, dual blades or something.
Wait,
I don't
that
know.
sounds familiar. Fuck. Why
Really?
not?
Basta parang
Baka
ganun.
baka nagawa mo yun, Josh, sa mga tissue mo.
baka sa tissue paper mo lang nakuha yan, Josh.
Basta alam mo, it's a Stegosaurus robot. Parang ganun.
Oh yeah, pero
It was so disappointing.
I'm surprised Josh is still trying to figure that out. Normally, Josh has an answer na kagad. Oh, ito na yung sagot ko, di ba? Di ba? So,
By the way, this was ito yung Technodrome na
Oh.
hinahanap ko. Ito,
That,
yan.
Was that when we
It's-
went?
Yeah, that was the first rendition, I think.
There's the very first one, yeah. And it just has that Baxter Stockman, freebie to it.
Paano mo binuhat yung box? Because I remember the box being really, really big. And I imagine you were still a kid. So, kung dinala
He's
mo
a
lang,
big
pinakita
boy.
mo sa parents mo.
Pare, pandak lang ako. Kaya ko magbuhat na mas mabigat. So, mabuhatin kita eh. Grabe to.
Okay, sige.
Oh, grabe to.
Next time we see each other. Sige.
Grabe to. Hindi, I was holding it like this. Na halos na nakalusot lang yung mata ko. Kasi nga, it's huge nga. And I was looking at it, I was peeking through the thing, tapos yung mata ko ganyan. Sige na.
Yeah,
And I was huge, man.
Can't imagine BJ doing that as a kid.
And an X-Mansion, ito yung X-Mansion. Yan.
That one. Okay.
Laser. Yeah. Ito. Pagka binuksan mo siya, ganyan na itsura niya. And that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Tama, yan yung standard size ng mga toys, di ba? I think that's 112 yata.
Yeah.
So yung Voltron, yung kay Rene, meron na siya, nakuha na niya eh. So, ikaw, Captain Mike.
Well,
Ano ba yung-
what I
okay.
sorry. Yun yung nakuha ko na. But the ones I was talking about, yung franchises na mababa na yung demand, was what I mentioned in the chat the other day when we were talking about it in Tiger Sharks. Undoubtedly, hindi na nila i-remake yun. I'd say it's very unlikely. Brave Star is another franchise. And I don't know if you guys remember Captain Power.
Oh yes.
Captain Power, of course.
The toys na yung may kasamang toys na itututok mo pa dun sa
Sa TV.
Sa TV.
Oh.
Yes. The laser effect thing. I never got those as a kid. Because I think even back then, they were really hard to find in Captain Power.
Mahal ang Captain Power. Yung Captain Power, hinirap ko lang sa kapitbahay ko yun. Hindi pa ipaiwan sa akin sa bahay. He's gonna take it from me. Shout out to you, Anton, my friend, if you're listening. Teka, bago tayo punta kay Captain Mike, I wanna ask Chino, kasi si Chino, similar yung story sa akin eh. Nagingiyak, alam mo yun, nangululupasay. Puti, hindi napalo ito nung lumalaki. Pero ano yung iniyakan mo sa Brunei, pare? Binugbog ka rin. Binambo ka din. Actually, ako rin, binambo talaga ako. Tapos, ganon. Ganon. Meron tayong robot sa bahay. Yung robot sa bahay, pamalo. Sige, ano yung sayo, pare? Ano yung sayo?
Lumilipad.
Ano yung toy mo na gusto mong makuha? Na hindi mo nakuha?
Ngayon?
Na hindi mo nakuha nung bata ka? Tell us about that. Paano ka umiyak? Ano nangyari? Was there...
That's it. Yung kwento ko kanina.
Yun na yun? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Just one freaking toy. At talagang iniyakan ko talaga ng todo-todo.
Paano ang tantrum mo doon sa mall? Sa mall ba? Or sa bahay ka na nag-tantrum?
Hindi, sa mall. Sa mall ako nag-tantrum, pare.
Paano tantrum mo? Yung tantrum mo sa bayani, yung gano'n?
Ganun ba yun?
Tahimik ba yun?
Tahimik yun.
Grabe. Sige. Si Captain Mike. Captain Mike, ikaw, naalala ko noon nung nauso yung turumpo. Back in the... Tsaka yung mga fan na hinihipan.
Alam ko nung nauso yung bato at kahoy. During
nauso yung bato?
Lagi naman may bato.
Uwa mo sa house. Parang,
Nung na-invento yung wheel. Okay. Ano yung sa'yo, Captain Mike?
Okay. So, medyo maganda. Medyo ano ang story ko dito eh. No, my mom worked in the US noon in the early 80s. Tapos yung telephone noon, she was like asking me, Miguel, ano bang gusto mong regalo? Sabi ko, kasi pinapalabas yung Silverhawks. Sabi ko sa kanya, kuha mo akong Silverhawks na toy. Kasi babalik siya sa babalik siya sa Manila noon. Nung buwan na yon. So sabi ko, sige, kasi kaya nga if you remember na yung Silverhawks theme song, si Tallyhawk ang umano nun, hinahanap ko yun. Gusto ko yung yung toy na yun eh. So I will share the one I wanted, which is the Silverhawk na Tallyhawk. This one, yung naka-attach pa si Quicksilver doon sa ilalim. So that toy. So,
this is
ang nangyari, it is.
Yeah.
Pero hindi yan yung nakuha ko.
Ano nakuha mo?
What I got
Yung
instead...
ibon na binabalance? Yung ibon na binabalance.
No. What I got instead was this toy instead.
Oh! I have that! The bat! I have that.
The specific Sky Shadow na, di ba kasi yung counterpart niya si Tallyhawk, nandun si Quicksilver sa ilalim. Tapos ito yung nakuha ko noon, si Sky Shadow lang.
Sky Shadow. Ang layo
Remember, I was... So,
gano'n
relating
lang
sa
ibon. Lumilipad din
gano'n
yun.
na nga. Silverhawks naman eh.
Kontrabida talaga
Silverhawks
tingin
naman
sa'yo
bigay,
ng
diba?
nama mo, no?
Kontrabida ka talaga.
Tapos sa nakano pa dito, yun lang yung meron ako. Wala pa si Monster, yung nasa ilalim, yung kalaban nila sa Silverhawk.
Yeah.
Yun lang yung meron ako nun. So, imagine me playing that, tapos yun lang yung ginagawa ko nun, yan yung ko. So my answer to the question is, I'm hoping siguro if there's an opportunity, I'd get Tallyhawk para sa toy ko.
Is that bat still with you?
Inahanap ko nga eh. That's why I was doing a nostalgic.
And that's gonna fetch a good price though.
Yeah, yun na nga. So, yun yung ko. So, kaya siya naging memorable sa akin.
Wow. That is crazy, man. Sky Shadow. Ay, kontrabida talaga yung tingin. Sige.
Parang may mga ko, feeling niya bida siya. No. So,
No.
Ang masakit nun, ang anak ko, feeling ko, bida-bida siya. Bida-bida. Basahin muna natin yung mga comments. Meron mga nag-share ng kanilang mga
very
kanilang mga
interesting.
insight. Captain Mike, go ahead. Please read the comments for us.
Start tayo. Teka, titignan ko lang to ito, one highlight from Wilt naman, he always dreamt of having the complete Heisei Kamen rider belts.
Ay, yung belt, oo.
Kamen,
Nice. Sige, habang binabasa mo yan, i-share ko yung screen ko, tapos titignan natin yung mga gusto nila. So, Kamen Rider belts, no?
Kamen Rider.
Okay.
Yan.
Lupit na ito, pare. Ayan.
These things are awesome, man.
Christ.
Imagine mo kung meron ka nun sa bahay mo, nakasabit lang dun sa wall mo, and if you feel like,
Nakasabi, susuot ko yung araw-araw. Pasok ko sa opisina.
may isa kang belt na suot, ano?
V3, ay hindi. Ay, hindi yan yung V3 pala. V3 has the hook eh.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
those
next.
That's nice.
Tito.
Wow!
Anong
Look at the
year
size of
nilabas
that.
yung mga yan?
Parang V2 belt.
This was, 1980s. Late 80s, early 90s to.
Oh.
Yes, yes, yes.
So ano siya, concurrent dun sa kung ano man yung Kamen Rider
Kung ano
that
yung
was showing.
showing. Oh.
Mm.
So, pasok ko sa opisina,
Yeah.
mag-meeting ako, magbo-board meeting ako na, suot-suot kay Kingston ni Black.
Hindi. Pagkagawin mo, no, pagsuot mo yan, pagpasok mo sa meeting, saka pala sisigaw ng henshin.
Pagka may nag-i-interrupt sa akin, Henshin! Sige, ano pa?
I-rider
Teka.
mo na agad, mag-henshin.
Ito. Hey, si Boss Raymond, sabi niya dito nung bata ko, yung Mighty Morphin Power Rangers na Megazord.
Yeah. I wanted the Morpher, man. I wanted the Morpher as a kid.
Yan.
Just they reissued the Morphers. They are available now in mga regular na toys.
It's funny.
It has all
I
the
had
points.
I had the original Megazord. Tapos, syempre, bata ka. Nasira siya. So, sabi ko, gusto ko ulit bumili. So, pumunta ako sa Toys R Us, I think. Tumingin ako noon. Remember, if you all are familiar with the re-release of the Megazord, pero all black siya. It was it's an anniversary thing. It's worth 10,000 pesos apparently for that.
All black Megazord?
Like a vinyl couple?
Oh, this one.
Oh,
No, not
This
that
is
one.
good.
Not that one. There,
Wow.
black and gold.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's the one.
Oh,
Like, I also wanted that Wild Force Megazord back in the
It
day.
even has tusks.
Yeah. Well, incidentally, the Power Rangers are the ones that are being reissued now. The toy stores are. Meron sila nung yung may gimmick na they change heads. So they're they reissued that. They're all available now. Pati yung mga dating Zord. I don't know how far into the Power Rangers mythos they go, or kung may Morphin lang talaga yung reissue nila.
Ito kasi ito nga, habang ginagawa ni BJ yan, sorry. Nag-mention din si Boss Raymond dito, Megazords to Sentai Mecha na yung nakokolect niya, tapos nagta-transition na ngayon siya to Transformers. He also mentioned the Lion Force. Tapos yung sinasabi dito niya, ito medyo medyo kakaiba to. Si Stanley, being the wrestling nut that he is, yung gusto niya yung wrestling figure. Pero
Which
next
one?
time
I also happy birthday, Stan.
Happy birthday,
birthday
Stanley!
Kasing birthday niya pala ni RJ. Si Stanley.
Sabay yata sila ni RJ.
Oo.
Ito ba, Stanley?
Saan yung ultimate?
Bay.
Ayun,
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh,
Yan.
naalala mo, sinira-sira mo yan. Visit ka.
Is this really the time and the place for you to work?
Well, yeah, I pick now. Kasi mga ganun yan eh. Tapos, spring action siya. So you load up another wrestler and then Ultimate Warrior is gonna throw him away. Ang ginagawa niya, pare, gusto niya paikot. So, alam mo, ginaganong-ganon niya. Pagka
Apa ganon?
Ngayon, yung isang kamay na, dislocated na. Yung isa lang yung
Honky-tonk man? Ganon.
Luko-luko talaga to.
For a kid, ang bigat ng kamay mo, Trickster.
Gusto na yung umiikot to.
Matigas sa mga toys na to back in the day, di ba? So, bigat ng kamay ni Trickster. Yung ganon.
Iba yung... Basta gusto niya, basta sisirain niya, gusto niya.
Tapos sisirain niya and then he goes and plays with tissue paper.
Tapos sasabihin niya, gagamutin ko naman, nilalagyan ng tissue paper yung broken. Bibentahan ko naman. But the funny thing is, I don't know if Josh noticed, when we were growing up, we never had Zoids, did we?
No.
Never had a Zoids toy, right? I saw the Ultrasaurus. Kasi binanggit ni Zaz yung yung
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus kanina eh. So I remember this, Titanosaurus pala. I remember the Titanosaurus that was displayed on Makati Cinema Square. Malapit sa Hello Beauty. Na parlor ng nanay ko no. Kada dadaan ako, lagi ko nakikita yung Titanosaurus. Titanosaurus na Zoids na yun.
Laki. Yun ba yung malaki?
At yun yung malaki, yung pinakamalaki na Titanosaurus na
Malaki
Zoids.
yun,
Is it
Mahirapan kasi sirain.
Hindi, yun nga ang delikado dyan eh. Mas malaki, mas madali yun yung makita. Okay, so I have a question for everybody though. Was there a toy that you or sige, in the case of Josh, sige, was there a gaming peripheral or a console? Kasi si Josh is a handheld guy, right? Ironic that he hates mobile games, but he started out as a handheld gamer. Was there a handheld gamer and or toy that you wanted so much when you were growing up, but then again realized na pangit pala?
That's a hard question.
Na ngayon, ayaw mo na siyang bilhin kasi it's not even worth it. I'll start off with one, and it's the Spawn Series 1 for me. Back in the day, Spawn was God, right? Spawn, ang cool mo no, you have anything that's Spawn related. And the McFarlane toys at the time was supposed to be the really detailed ones. So baliw na baliw ako nung gusto kong makakawa ng Spawn, kahit si lalo na si Violator, gusto ko yung Violator, yung malaki, no? And then I realized nowadays the Series 1 Spawn line isn't really that much to look at anymore. Not just because of the detail and all that. Parang I'd rather get Storm collectibles. You know, alam mo yun? And I'd rather not go get the Spawn toys. Sa inyo, let's start off with Jazz. Sige. Jazz, ano yung gusto mo dati na na-realize mo na hindi naman pala worth it, na halos paglupasayan mo pa siya or samaan mo pa ng loob? Ganun.
Wait. I think Optimus Prime. That Optimus Prime we found on the mall one time. It's just like a spur of the moment because like naalala ko kasi noong time na yun, ano ba to? I graduated. I did not graduate per se. Like I moved, ano na ako, like recognition after the recognition day. Wala akong recognition day gift. And like I asked my mom na parang I wanted that ito na lang, itong Optimus Prime na lang, 'di ba? Na sabi niya, sunod na lang, bilang kita sunod, dalawa. And then naniwala naman ako na bibilihan niya daw ako ng dalawa sa sunod, that it never happened. Like, no, wala na. I was like, okay. I was like, well, I don't want an Optimus Prime now. I'm not really that into Transformers.
Anong year yan? Curious ako sa year kasi I remember the Transformers, they had the 84
I was like in the
Transformers.
second grade or third grade. I think second grade ata. Pa grade 3 na ako. So that's year 2002?
Okay.
2000.
Year 2002.
So, ito yung mga yan. Ito yan. Malamang. Ito yan.
We had Megatron, right?
We had Starscream.
All right, Starscream.
Starscream, not Megatron.
Kasi Megatron was the gun. We had a jet.
Yeah, we had a jet. Yeah. Okay. So for Jazz, it was Optimus Prime, right? So ano yung sa'yo, Captain Mike? Yung wala nang dapat hindi mo na.
What happened?
Natutuwa siya kay Transformers.
Hindi, natuwa ako kasi dun sa tanong. Because my answer to that question is the Thundercats na yung sword, yung
Sword of Omens?
Sword of Omens.
Oh, you wanted
really?
the sword?
You wanted the sword?
I wanted the sword.
Why
Ganun
though?
Siya nun. Kasi, I mean, kung napanood mo yung Thundercats nun, parang ang angas ng sword din, parang
It was a dagger. It just grew.
Oo, dagger siya nung una, tapos humahaba na lang siya. Tapos yung umiilaw yung niyan eh. Yang the one with the box. Yan yung na yun. The one above. At yan. Umiilaw yan eh. Yun yung gustong-gusto ko doon. Sabi ko, sabi ko talaga, gusto ko to nung bata ko. Kaya lang, my dad don't want me to use chores kasi baka makasakit daw ako kasi mabigat daw yung kamay ko and so on. So, hindi ko na yan.
May personality defect ka pala ng bata. Nananakit ka pala ng bata.
Look.
Nananakit ka
Sabi
pala
ko,
eh.
I said, mabigat lang ang kamay ko. It has nothing to do with my personality.
Okay.
No, I can
Pero,
sympathize.
gusto ko siya.
You know?
Yeah, you can sympathize because you keep hitting me with my stuff. That's why you can sympathize.
So yun.
That's you.
I love how happy Joshua is reminiscing about the times he ate.
I haven't even told you what you notice I never mentioned Lego. I'll tell you something about I'm gonna stop this screen. I'm gonna tell you something about Lego, right? We were visiting our relatives, and our relatives in South Sembo were so nice and kind enough to give me a bucket of Lego. Can you imagine that? You get a bucket of Lego, was this tall, was full of Legos. And I loved Legos when I was growing up. And I never had that many pieces and blocks of Lego. I bring it home. I start building my stuff with it, right? And I would lock my door because I know this guy is gonna come in and sasabihin niya, Kuya, palaro. Tapos hawak-hawak niya yung tissue niya. Palaro ako. And I would lend it to him. Problem is, he keeps losing it. If he cannot take off yung Lego na magkakabit masyado, he'll bite it off. And then nadident. Ayoko nun. He bites it off and I hate it. There was one point that we were playing and I was telling him na, liligpit ko na. He refuses. So I started taking the stuff. May ginawa, I think he already constructed something like a dinosaur or whatever. Nasira kasi inagaw ko. Pucha, kinuha yung mga Lego, pinagbabato sa kwarto.
Alam mo ang ginagawa niya yun?
Bakit?
The kid plays with tissue and coins. Minsan lang makapaglaro ng Lego. Tanggalin mo
Pinagdamot mo pa.
Sige, patay, sir.
Ano naman yan?
I love laging kasalanan pa rin ni BJ, hindi.
Kasalanan ko pa rin.
Parang nung naglalaro si Mike ng bato at buhangin. Bata.
He digged his hand into the bucket and started throwing it across the room. And I started losing half of the bucket. Naku, konti ko talagang mapatay. Alam mo yun? Tapos, sinumbong pa ako. Wait. Pag uwi ng nanay ko, pumunta siya kay mama, sabi niya, Ma, si kuya, sinira yung Lego. Ayaw ko laruin. Ako pa rin mapagalitan. Ayop na to. So, anyway, sorry.
And I thought everything was tapos biglang umiba ng side eh.
Sinira ko daw yung Lego niya. Tapos kulang na daw yung Lego. He missed the part where he threw it around. I mean, cause and effect lang talaga eh. Nasira, kaya nawala yung mga Lego.
I am still of the belief na potential serial killer to the Joshua. I will
only if I snap. That's why I try.
No, only when you snap. As I'm only when. Inevitable.
The stories I can tell about guys legendary. Anyway, sige. Noch, ano yung sayo?
It's actually wala akong specific ones. Pero you know, when I browse yung mga toys ngayon, tapos I remember yung mga dating mga figures na pinaglaruan natin. Nung naisip ko na parang napaka-petty ko nga talaga. I was such a wimpy kid. Kasi, alam mo yun, like for example, yung mga pinakita ni Rene na Ghostbusters toys, I wanted them as well nung bata ako, di ba? Kasi nga, uso yung Ghostbusters eh. Pero now that I'm thinking about it, tapos kino-compare mo siya sa mga ibang toys that are out now, shit, parang, mas maganda yung labas ngayon eh. It's fully articulated. Mahalal mo pa siya ng todo-todo. Tapos yung inaalala ko yung Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for example, ang pinaka-galaw mo lang doon is ganun-ganun lang eh. Diba?
Right.
So, up and down. You know, it's not that it's not that buti na lang hindi ko siya nakuha. Kasi definitely, I'd love to have it. Pero probably I'd say na I'd rather have the figures now. Yung nilalabas nila ngayon. Kesa yung magto-toy hunting ako just to get a piece of nostalgia.
Right. True.
But that's just me, guys. Sa akin lang yun.
Right. Ikaw rin eh. Ikaw ang nagfe-flex culture ngayon eh. So, ano yung
Yeah,
sabi?
I hate flex culture. Hindi ko gusto yan eh.
That's so sure, man.
Sa akin kasi super specific to the point na I actually ordered the thing. This was mid-2000s. Like Stanley, I'm a big wrestling fan. 2005, naglabas yung, I forget which line, Jack Pacific yata. They released a 2-pack of Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan because they were about to fight at SummerSlam 2005. I was so excited.
That unfortunate match.
Yeah, exactly. And I was so excited. Those are parang I grew up idolizing Hulk Hogan when I was in my teens. I idolize Shawn Michaels to this day. So I was excited to get the 2-pack. Naghanap ako ng every site that I went to para mag-pre-order, sold out. It was that in demand. It was both of them. Shawn, again, 2-pack. Shawn and Hogan. Hogan had his full accessories, yung boa, yung feather boa thing that he walked around, shirts, all that. I was so excited. Wala akong pag-orderan. I was so bummed and gusto ko talaga siya. And then after a few months, it showed up in one of the collector toy stores back in, I don't know if you guys remember Park Square 2? Nung hindi pa siya SM Manila.
Park Square
Back
2.
then, there were a lot of collector toy stores there. There you go. That one was not the one that I was trying to get. There was another variant na nakita ko which turned me off from getting those things. Kasi the one that was on display was Shawn and Hogan, but the Shawn Michaels action figure had chest hair. So it was actual, may chest hair siya. Hindi siya painted na chest hair. Merong,
Talagang,
merong
parang,
may, parang yung mga sa stuffed toys. May and it was blonde and it was just a little too weird. And I was so thankful na buti na lang sold out siya dun sa website kasi I cannot bring myself to buy that, go home, have guests come over. Tapos nakita ko, bakit may ganyan kang action figure? Lalaking nakahubad tapos may chest hair. It's been too much to explain. So yun, so that was...
Sige, last to Joshua, is there anything apart from your tissue and your coins that you kind of lost an interest in looking for back in the day?
Probably
Apart
stick.
from
Baka stick.
Oh, let's not get started with the stick and the ants. But anyway, go ahead.
Back in the day, remember the PS1 LCD screen?
Oh yeah, right. Ayaw mo na nun ngayon? Ayaw mo na?
Well, not really. It's like I would like it as a novelty because I can just plug it in and then just
Flip it.
just play it on the bed like some weird. But back then, I was just curious about it. It looks so cute, but every time I see that thing, I don't be able to see through it with it. Like, it's so small. How would I play that thing?
Right.
Nasa mesa lang.
yung mga accessories talaga na yan, malakas yan dati. Pero come to think of it, right? I was gonna get it remember when we were in our GCP, I was looking for that. I was supposed to buy that, but somebody got to it. Somebody got
naalala ko, you were like, na-imagine ko yung reaction mo nun eh.
I was going frantic kasi I was gonna buy it or not, and then suddenly
Yes.
nawala na siya. And I was thinking about him. 1.5
Okay.
with the screen.
Really? Okay.
Super pamigay. Right? This conversation, ladies and gentlemen, takes us a lot of time to go through. I mean, we're not even talking about the stuff that we did actually get. We didn't even talk about the stuff that we got but we didn't want. But these are the toys that kind of shaped what we are now. Whether these are your wrestling toys, your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or your tissue paper and coins, toys are an essential part of our upbringing, our class, our generation, are really influenced by handheld things. And I think if we have more time, we'll talk about that more. Maybe we'll continue this in the next episode.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we already ran out of time. And you know, Rene, you taking the lead in the conversation. What are your last words for the evening when it comes to these toys, man?
Chino earlier mentioned I was starting to feel the itch about toy collecting. It's a thing. It's one message. Sayang wala si Palits because sa Fero toy collector, I think he'd share.
Oh, nga, Palits would have been a great resource, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, final word is, if you can afford something, like, don't fight itch. Like, it's fine. You can always earn money, but they're more than just toys. Sometimes when I'm tired, I just open my cabinet, look at it. It's a source of inspiration, for one. It's a source of good memories. It's a source of motivation then, for, I like want to work, but there are things I want to buy. Or, it's also a reminder, and I remember back when I didn't have money, tapos ngayon, medyo okay na. It's more than just owning pieces of plastic. It's symbolic of many things. So it might be like a symbol of your favorite movie, favorite character, things like that. But it's more than just the acquisition of items. It's what they symbolize in one's life. So go buy toys. Just not the ones I like because I'm a hoarder.
Go buy toys, just not the ones I like. Bakit? Pagka-pili ko hindi mo gusto, hindi tayo friends. Ganun ba yun?
Hindi kasi pag binili niyo yung gusto ko, di ako hindi makakabili.
Napaka selfish na bata.
Okay,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And again, thank you very much for joining. That is almost the show. But wait! Our end credits will begin.
Let us not forget. Let us not forget this day, everyone.
Because all good things
You will
come
all
to those.
remember this
I'm
night
morbidly
for
curious.
the rest of your life.
So, to give you a little bit of context, Noch,
The rock god
made it happen.
himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, please put your hands together. Ready na ba? Ready na ba? Ready na ba?
Yep.
Ready na ba? Put your hands together to a guy who
scared.
just woke up, a guy who has just been told by his wife, and this is because of money.
And was never coerced to do it.
Never
forced to
of
do
his
it.
own free will,
It was his own free will.
twerking Just Komoda in the house. Go, play. Let's go.
Let's go!
Mungo! Tingnan nyo.
Ito na. Guys,
Oh, yeah.
look at this. Look at this figure. Look at this form. With
Yeah,
the
galing,
smile.
Napakahusay.
Yeah.
Taas pa ng kamay eh.
Wait.
Oh, eto, meron pa. Tingnan nyo.
Di ba tapos yan? Di ba tapos
Di mo
yan?
tapos yan. Tingnan mo. Balatan nyo.
Let's go do it!
Let's
Pinapakita
go,
nyo.
Mungo!
Tatlong support. Tatlong subscription eh.
Do it, coward! Yeah! Yeah!
What name is that dance?
And
Bakit
si
di
Happy
naman
are
bad
just
beating yun?
working. Put our hands together at sabay-sabay tayong magmunggo sa ngalan ni Jazz at ng G3 Podcast. We'll catch you next time, Friday, 8 o'clock. Munggo!
May coins ka dyan. Coins daw yung projectiles.
Projectiles.
Kasi,
I had a bunch of
otaku yun.
coins. Mas maganda, mas maraming coins.
Yan. If I were to do my version of it, like this is how I'm gonna do it.
Oh, that's basically art. I just scrunch up mine.
Scrunch up,
Then
like I'm just gonna tear it off,
I just
Ano yan?
scrunch up mine, and then I would just imagine what I made out of it. And the edge would be the arms or the legs.
Yan lang, diba? Like, this is how I do it. This is basically, I don't know. I don't know.
Wow,
Slenderman.
That's art. That's art.
yeah, and it's still better dun sa description ni Trickster na kasi siya kinahina ano lang niya.
Oh yeah, I just rely on my imagination.